folks, it's Sahira here coming at you with another 30 to Thrive live here on Facebook. It's the end of May, which is crazy. I don't know what it is, but time is just flying by here. Like, I can't believe it's the end of May, yet I will admit at the same time, the beginning of quarantine seems like it was ages and ages and ages ago. So let me know if you're logging in, if you find that the last 3 months has flown by for you, or if it is dragging at a snail's pace. I find I have a weird combination of them both. Like, I can't believe it's the end of May, yet like back in March when this all began is like a hazy, distant memory. Anyway, I'm really glad to be here with you guys. Always look forward to our Saturday sessions because it helps remind me that it is the weekend, and that is a fantastic thing. Even though in our house there's not a huge difference between weekdays and weekends at the moment, but I'm always glad to get to spend some time with you all. So we're gonna take 30 minutes to connect, to talk about a little bit of inspiration, to talk about what's going on in the world, and then I am going to teach you a belly dance lesson. I think today we're gonna play with belly rolls. I happen to be wearing a shirt there you can see my belly, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to work on belly rolls. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Oh, a combo. You're like, want a combo? How about a combo with a belly roll in it? We can have the best of all worlds. We'll play with belly rolls and we'll roll it right into something fabulous. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you're here. It has been kind of a crazy last few days here in the US anyway, and lots of stuff going on, lots of tumult, lots of tragedy, lots of negativity and racism that I don't necessarily want to delve into here because I like to keep this a place of inspiration, but I just want to reach out to all those who are suffering. I just got a great notice from my online marketing guru, Amy Porterfield, that she is matching donations for people who are donating to Black Lives Matter, which I am going to do as soon as I finish this broadcast. And so just my thoughts are there today, and I'm hoping that everyone else is putting good energy out for an end to these sorts of activities in our country. End of that story. Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about awe and wonder, and how awe and wonder can be an incredible catalyst for feeling better about the world, feeling better about situations that are going on here in the States, and then of course globally right now. And in the theme of awe and wonder, I want to know how many of you watched the shuttle launch today? Like, with bated breath and with tears in my eyes. I watched the shuttle launch with my whole family. Most of you don't know this about me, but I actually went to college to be an astronomer. Not that I necessarily wanted to be an astronaut, but I wanted to work with the space industry. I wanted to go to work for NASA. I wanted to be a cosmologist, which is different than a cosmetologist. My mom always confused the two. I wanted to study the origins and the ends of the universe, and I wanted to study physics and astronomy. I lasted for about a semester, and then I switched to chemical engineering, which was like out of the frying pan into the fire. But anyway, long story short, too late. All of that to say that, like, the shuttle launch today gave me serious goosebumps. So I'm curious, you guys who've logged in, did you watch the shuttle launch today? And if so, what did you think? It was just so exciting, and I watched it with my daughter, who had never seen anything like that. She put on her astronaut outfit, and like, as they lifted off, like, the look on her face is something that I think I will remember for the rest of my life. And as they went away from the Earth and the camera angle shifted to look back on our planet, she turned to me and she said, "Oh, Mommy, that's our planet." And she had never, while we've seen pictures of the Earth from afar, she had never like conceptualized the idea of rocketing in a spaceship away from the Earth and seeing the Earth get smaller and smaller underneath you. And it was so beautiful and so fascinating and so inspiring. And it was that moment of awe, right? I had that complete moment of awe where I totally forgot about everything else happening here on planet Earth. All of us tiny little specks on a tiny little speck in the universe became unimportant as I witnessed like these two incredible ambassadors of our species, like heading up to the International Space Station. And just, it was incredible. So I hope that you guys got the chance to enjoy that. And if not, I would totally tune in and check it out. They're still up there right now. It's gonna take them 19 hours to get up to the space station, so they won't be there for a little while longer. So I plan to tune in more a little bit later. So today I want to talk about, as far as talking about how we can find ways to find joy and positivity and thrive even in times of great adversity. I know a lot of people are going through a lot right now with illness and with economic issues and with racism issues in the country. I think there's just a lot of energy that's been built up, a lot of tension that's been built up, and it feels like we're just like this string that if you pluck it will absolutely explode. And so I feel like finding ways to find our center, to calm ourselves, to find joy, to re-center and remember what is important, and to find positive ways to affect change are going to be really important in the days to come. And this is something that came up on my radar just the other day because it happened to me, and then my good friend Yuri also posted, I think, about this. I think it was you, Yuri, or someone else had, or maybe it was my friend Jedu actually, I think had posted also that she was feeling the same way. And we're talking about here the power of music. Now, most of you have a dance background, though not everyone does, but those of you who are dancers, bodies move to make our mind sing and to make our spirits soar, right? It's absolutely amazing. But I will admit that from time to time, I forget about it. I dance to music every day. I turn it on for my classes. I turn it on while I practice. But sometimes I forget the massive power it has to change my emotional state. And so this is what I want to talk about a little bit today. I want to encourage us, all of us here, to come up with some music, some playlists, some songs that really make us feel perhaps happy, perhaps joyful, perhaps hopeful, right? I'm planning to create, and I'm inviting you to do this with me, a series of playlists that I keep handy for when I need them, right? Like, what kind of music makes you feel like tomorrow will be a better day? What music makes you feel like getting up and dancing, right? So if you're here in the chat, post a name of a song, because I'm collecting recommendations and song ideas, because I always love to hear what inspires other people. Post in the chat, what kind of music, one, are you listening to today? What do you put on when you wake up in the morning to get you going? Do you listen to music on a regular basis? Do you flip on the radio? Do you have a playlist? I'm curious. You want to start dance workouts? I love it. Absolutely. Yuri, you've got to come to our Zoom dance party that we do every Saturday night. Send me a note. I'll send you the link, because that's what we're going to do right after this. We've got our Zoom dance party, and while it's not technically a workout where like I lead people through anything, by the end of the hour, we are all sweating like crazy people. And I consider it my Saturday night workout. Like literally, I think I jump up and down for at least 30 minutes of that 60-minute dance party. And it's so much fun. So send that to me. So tell me, yeah, Ro, dancer, tell me, what do you do all the time? Like, what is it that brings you joy? Do you have a playlist and you're like, I'm feeling kind of bummed, and so you put on music that you know is going to lift your spirits? Where this affected me the other days, I was having this day, I was feeling frustrated. And you've heard me talk about this before, my eternal frustration with like trying to find time as a work from home mom and an entrepreneur in a situation where now like all of my regular free time for me has been a bit co-opted by the situation at hand and having everyone at home. I get frustrated about this, I get frustrated with my family. And then I was putting my daughter to bed that night, and I started to sing a song. She always asks that I sing a song for her. So I've got one person that loves how I sing, which is great. And so I started to sing a song that I actually hadn't sang for her in quite some time. And the lyrics, the lyrics got to me, and I couldn't actually even finish the song. And luckily she had fallen asleep, so she didn't know why I fell apart mid-song. But it really like instantaneously rerouted my brain to remember. And yes, I love my work. Yes, I love what I do. Yes, I love to create online content for all of you fabulous dancers. But like in the end, is that what I want to be remembered for? Is in the end, when I am in my rocking chair, I always do the rocking chair test. When I am 90, 190 and in my rocking chair, is that what I'll regret, not having had more time to work? Probably not. And all studies that have been done about end of life regrets, they have never found a single one where people wish they had spent more time at the office, right? And so this reset my brain in an instant. It was like 3 minutes of song that I sang. It wasn't even something on the radio, and totally reset my brain. And in that moment, I remembered, oh my gosh, This is something that used to be a regular part of my day. I'd put on a playlist in the morning as we got ready for school and I was getting breakfast ready and getting people out of the house that energized us. And then I put on a different playlist when I would get into the studio and do a little bit of yoga to like meditate and move and stretch and get ready for the day. And all of that has just sort of vaporized in this new, like, well, it's yet another Groundhog Day. What are we gonna do today, right? And so what I would like to do and what I would like to encourage you all to do is to share here the music that brings you solace, that brings you peace, that brings you joy, that brings you energy. And let me know, how do you use it? Do you have a playlist? Is there something you listen to every morning to get your day going? Is it something that just happens randomly time to time? Are you listening to music all day long? I actually, for someone who lives and works by the music, I don't actually listen to a lot of music, and when I am listening to music these days, if it's not belly dance music, it's almost always kids bop, if you know what I mean. And not that I don't enjoy me some kids bop, but that's a lot of what ends up happening at our house, which doesn't necessarily bring me any peaceful feelings, but it's good to dance to, right? I love these suggestions coming in. Yes, Lee Harris has beautiful songs for centering. Thank you, Road Dancer. I'm gonna totally check that out. Joy by King and Country, listening to a lot of hip hop and rap. Every time you walk into Fiesta and hear salsa and merengue, yes, I need to listen to more of that too. I need to put it on, and my husband and I need to dance because that always makes me feel good. And Lord knows we haven't done that much recently. And so that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, a new playlist to uplift your spirit. So this is my charge to you. This is my invitation for you to join me in this week, because if you're anything like me, if I don't have someone checking in on me and I don't have a deadline, it might not get done, especially if it's not written down. I'm writing it down now, right here on all of you. I'm writing it down. We are going to create at least one playlist this week that is built specifically to bring us joy, to bring us gratitude, to bring us centering, to uplift us, to make us move, whatever it is that you feel you need most. For some people, they need something to calm them. For some people, they need something to wake them up. For some people, they need something to refocus them, right? So I would love if you would please do this, and then I would love for you to share your playlist. So you can either like post the playlist on your own timeline and mention me at Sahira Belly Dances, or you could post below this video and mention the playlist that you created and what it does for you. And then maybe you'll give me some music ideas too, because I haven't listened to a lot of new music recently. I feel like it's always belly dance stuff. So I would love for us to find easy, concrete ways to just recenter when things feel a little crazy, which they do from time to time for all of us. And so I hope that you'll join me on this musical journey and use music for the beautiful powers it has to heal and to change our minds, our bodies, and our souls. Yes? If anyone is game to do that, please put a thumbs up or a heart in the chat. I love it. How to share your Spotify list. There is a way to share a Spotify list. Absolutely. I think if you go into the list settings, and maybe I'll connect with you and see if I can do a screen share. If you go into the list settings, you can actually create like a URL for the list, and it'll say share list. It'll give you a link, and then you can email it to me, because I would love to share it. I would love to hear it. And that would be a beautiful way if you do create your list in Spotify and don't mind sharing it with the world. I would love to hear what you've come up with. Drift Away by Dobie Gray. I love this. I'm gonna look up all of these songs as soon as we're done here. I'm super excited. So that's my short and sweet idea for you this week. It was really something that just kind of hit me over the head a few days ago when I was lying there in bed with my daughter, singing and in tears, and realizing like how much good and how much power and how much beauty there is contained in all kinds of music, and how much I was missing that in my life as I was focusing more and more just on music I use for my work, which is also pretty awesome music, but it's a little bit different, right? It's not the stuff from my childhood. It's not the stuff that elicits the same type of emotional reactions, though it elicits a lot of good emotional reaction. So I'm excited for you all doing this. I'm glad you're with me, Zendra. I'm glad you're with me, Julie, Rowe. Perfect. Yuri Chill Hop YouTube channel has some cool chill music just to have on the background. Yeah, I feel like I want to have a soundtrack to my days. I used to always wish that my life was like a musical, right? And like when I entered the room, my theme song played, you know? I think it would be so cool if like there was a little bit of a soundtrack to our days, and then everyone just busted out dancing in the middle of lunch, because, you know, that's just what happens in musicals. And I think musicals are really cool. one of the ways that I'm super dorky. I love musical theater so much. So that is that. Now we are going to dance. I'm super excited about you all creating your playlists, and I can't wait to see what you share with me. Today, I think we will do some belly rolls, though I did have a request for a combination, so I will try to roll those rolls into a rolly kind of combination. So yeah, awesome. A playlist on Pandora of foreign language music that perks you up. I love it. Yeah, Wendy, you've got a good mix of stuff. And so yeah, sometimes I love to listen to stuff I can't even understand. It just makes me feel good. Yeah, so let's get up and let's dance. I've got my sarong on because today we're having a beach party. It's beach party day as part of our, yes, you've got yours on too, Wendy. I love it. This is great. We decided that this week on our Zoom dance party, it is beach theme. And so I've actually got my bathing suit on underneath this too, but I didn't feel like it would be appropriate for Facebook Live. I didn't know if they would just like cut me off the moment I showed up on screen. So this is my beachwear. So for today, we are going to be working on belly rolls. Let me angle my camera a little bit. You're gonna get a lot of gratuitous belly shots today. I apologize if that's not your thing, but we're gonna be working on belly rolls, which is kind of my secret superhuman power. I can't do the flutter very well, but the belly roll I really enjoy. So let's go ahead and just take a big stretch up, breathe it out. And then take your arms and take your torso and shift side to side and really reach up to create a nice long canvas that we're going to use for these belly rolls. And now imagine you're taking yourself up a rope, you're climbing a rope with just your upper body up to the ceiling, and now I want you to go ahead and release that upper body, release the shoulders, but keep that chest in that nice lifted position. Give the hips a little wiggle, take them side to side. Excellent. And then reach the arms up one more time. Give the chest a little rise to the ceiling. And then round the back. Give your hips a little twist. One and then the other. Back. Coming back up to standing, circling those shoulders around. Lifting the chest, engaging, creating as long of a torso as you can create, so we have a nice long canvas for this move. So now, the belly roll. We're aiming for a big gooey belly roll that's not tied to breath at all, right? So what we're going to be looking at is segmenting our abdomen into two different parts, top and bottom. Two of the four parts of this belly roll I think are pretty easy to do, in that we can suck it all in, pretty easy, and we can push it all out, also pretty easy. So suck it all in, good, but try not to hold your breath, push it all out. Let's try it again, suck it all in, push it all out, do a little faster, suck it in, push it out, suck it in, push it out. Oh yeah, suck it in, push it out, suck it in, push it out. A couple more times, in and out, two more, in and out, last one, in and out. That's half your belly roll right there. But the other part of it, of course, is the more challenging part. So once we've sucked it all in, I want you to think of lifting up your chest, creating a nice long torso. And now, while holding your lower abdominals in, keeping your pelvis tucked, I want you to see if you can push out with that top muscle. I feel like I'm kind of inflating the balloon of my diaphragm. Can you push out with that top muscle while keeping that bottom muscle tucked in? All right, pushing out with the top muscle, keeping the bottom tucked in. So this feels like sort of a bearing down in my upper abdomen, almost as though I was like inflating right there, the top of my belly. Yeah, this is tough to do. Feel free to lay hands on and see if you can push out one hand while keeping the other hand as steady as possible. Now, once again, this isn't really tied to my breath, and I would implore you, please breathe as much as possible while you do this so you do not pass out, because I cannot help you from the other end of the computer. Yeah, so pushing and tucking, pushing and releasing back in, push and in, good. So you can take the other side. You can even think about engaging to pull the belly in further in your upper abdominals after you push it out, tuck it in. Let's do it one more time. Push it out, tuck it in. Hopefully I'm still transmitting. Here we go. Sorry, my phone disconnected for just a second. Let's try the lower abdominals. Same idea. So nice long body here, nice long torso. This one is even tougher in my opinion. We're going to hold steady the upper abdominals, and we're going to try to push the lower abdominals and suck it in. We're pushing out with the lower abdominals and sucking in. It may not be pretty, but it's going to be awesome in just a second. Push out, suck in, and try to keep those upper abdominals as steady as possible. Push out, suck in. Yeah? Push it out, suck it in. push it out, just the lower abdominals, suck it in. Try to keep the upper body steady, try to keep the chest dropped. This is where my belly starts to make some weird noises, so I apologize in advance if you get any strange noises on your side of the camera. Push it out, tuck it in, push it out, tuck it in. I'm trying to do all of this without moving my hips, right? So as I push out, I don't release here. I'm trying to keep my hips right underneath me, tuck it in, push it out, tuck it in. Yeah, try it just a couple more times, tuck it in one more time, push it out, tuck it in. Oh my gosh, my stomach is going nuts. Okay, don't drink a lot of water right before you do this. Now what we're gonna do is try to put all of those pieces together. We're gonna lift up in the torso, we're gonna create a nice long canvas, and from here, we're gonna think about pushing out just the top, and then pushing out the bottom to match it. So now we're totally released, and now I'm gonna tuck in the top, so I'm sucking in, and then I'm gonna suck in the bottom. I'm trying to do this all without moving my spine, without moving my hips, right? So once again, pushing out on the top, pushing out on the bottom, sucking in on the top, sucking in on the bottom. I'll do it again with the belly cam. Pushing out on the top, pushing out on the bottom. Oh, that's crazy looking. Pushing it, bringing it in, tucking it in, tucking it in. So it's going out on the top, out on the bottom, in on the top, in on the bottom. One more gratuitous belly cam shot. Out on the top, out on the bottom, in on the top. Oh my gosh. Yes. And that's what the belly roll ends up being. Lift up, push out, out, tuck in, out, out, tuck in, push out, out, tuck in, out, out, tuck in. Good, keep breathing, out, tuck in, out, tuck in, out, tuck in. One more time, out, tuck in. How's that going? Is your stomach grumbling yet? Mine's making a ton of noise. I think I drank too much water before we started. Okay, so let's see if we can put this into a little bit of a combination since it was requested. There's something I almost always do with undulations. I will almost always layer a little bit of a belly roll on it to make it more gooey. So I look at my upper body or my full body undulation, lift, drop, tuck, release. I can do this just skeletally, which is fantastic. Or I can add, so here's skeletal, where I'm not doing a lot of belly work, or I can add the belly in, right? And I add a little bit of that belly work into the undulation to make it bigger and gooier, right? So this is gonna match. As I lift, I get ready to push out, and I tuck and release at the bottom to release the bottom of that belly roll. So in slow motion, I lift, push out, tuck in, release. Again, lift up, push out, tuck in with the belly and the pelvis, release. Again, lift up, push out, tuck in, release. One more time, lift up, push out, tuck in, and release and shake it out. Yeah, so let's use that belly roll on top of our undulation here, yeah? Let's go ahead and put it into something kind of gooey. I've got some music for us today that's nice and slow and gooey. So let's go ahead and we'll do some figure eights. We'll do 3 figure eights. And then let's do a chest circle, either horizontal or vertical, whatever you prefer. 1.5 so that we end up here at the top. And we're gonna do that undulation with a belly roll. Then we'll do the other side. We'll go left or whichever side you're on. 1, 2, and 3. We'll do a chest circle. When I do the chest circle, I'm gonna go away from the camera first. Away, up and around, and then another half to end lifted, so we can undulate with that belly roll. So it's figure eights 1 and 2 and 3. Then the chest goes around, 1.5. Undulation, optional belly roll, yeah? 1 and 2 and 3. Pose, take it around, or you could do just the belly roll if you wanted it to be a little bit more isolated, yeah? 3 figure eights, chest circle 1.5 times, and then an undulation. Tempo can be kind of at your leisure. Have fun with this. Arms are totally dancer's choice. So let me put on our music. We're playing again today with Lauren Checchio because I love her and she lets me use her music and I think she's awesome. So we're going to be using her Shift-to-Telly track from Rhythm of the Spheres. I'll be sure to link to her sales page for this album because it is so fantastic. Yeah, so take a deep breath up. And just center yourself in the present moment. the arms, roll the shoulders back, find your nice tall spine. Here we go, figure eight. So 3, chest circle, undulate down. Good, here we go, figure eight. And we'll play with tempo of this, yeah? Figure eight, chest circle. Undulate with that belly roll. Nice and slow. Let's do it again, just like that, really slow. Figure eight. Arms pushing. Stances wide. Good. Chest circle. Undulation belly roll. Really milk it. One more time, really nice and slow like that. Figure eight. Beautiful. Good, here comes your chest circle. And undulate. Good, I'm going to play with the tempo a little bit. So we'll do a little faster with the figure eights. And now I'm going to pause here. Let's go around with the chest and roll it down. Other side. Figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, and hold. Around with the chest. Undulation, belly roll. Good, again. Beautiful. Feel free to play with the arms and change it up. Good, around, figure eights. And pause. Take that chest around. Roll it up to down. Couple more times. Around with the chest. Good. Don't forget to breathe. And pause. Nice job. I can see my folks over on Zoom, and I know all the rest of you were right behind the camera, and it was fabulous and wonderful and beautiful. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another 30 to Thrive. I look forward to seeing your playlists and to know what kind of music is inspiring you these days, and for all of us to take a moment to remember the power of music and the beauty of music and its ability to help change our emotional state, change the way we're feeling, give us energy. And in that theme right now, I'm gonna go over to my Zoom dance party. If any of you are interested in checking out this Saturday night Zoom dance party, it is super fun and it's a perfect opportunity to just jump around and allow music to change your state for like 30 minutes straight, or an hour, every single Saturday night. So all you need to do to get involved, you can direct message me here on Facebook, or you can join my online studio at sahirabellydances.teachable.com. It's free to join, and I even have free classes there online. And then you can join my Sahira Dances Teachable Tribe here on Facebook, and I always post the link there every single Saturday, so you can jump in and join us anytime that you're able. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Thank you for keeping me positive and sane. It's really so fun to connect with you every week, and I look forward to doing it again next time. So stay tuned for more 30 to Thrive, and I will see you all, and I will see your playlists online this week. Take care. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. Good night.